So Real Madrid against Manchester City at the Etihad, they lost 4-0. I mean, it's
the first leg. It felt like, at least this is my belief. If you've watched Morning Footy, I really believe that Carlo Ancelotti got the upper hand on Pep Guardiola, and Pep Guardiola kind of giggled and then took out an entire army. If Carlo Ancelotti slapped Pep brought the Blangolan army
he
to
brought
this game.
the Spartans from 300.
Yeah. This was. It felt like the game started and. Real Madrid were at minute 0, and Manchester City had already kind of played a half.
Okay.
They were the level of intensity at the beginning of the matches. I don't think I've ever seen Manchester City play like that. I was like, damn, bro.
Well, I guess the first thing you notice is, after the first leg, they were like, a point at the Bernabeu is. Pep will take that. That's a win, and so psychologically, you understand that it can be
came from like that. If what's his face? If Kevin De Bruyne doesn't have like this single moment of brilliance, they leave there with a 1-0.
And they still win anyway,
and
right?
It wouldn't have mattered. At that moment, we would be saying something different. But right now, we know, hindsight being 2020, it would not have mattered.
But we know that the Bernabeu is an intimidating environment, which is why you say you leaving there with a draw that's good. That's almost like a win, but. It felt like the Real Madrid players were playing at like the Camp Nou or at a place that is as equally as intimidating as the Bernabeu.
It looked like they were playing the Monstars.
Yeah, seriously.
I've never seen anything like
Vinicius,
this before.
who was absolutely dominant, it gave Kyle Walker a really, really hard time.
Bro, Kyle Walker he was being spun.
Yeah, in that first leg.
And the exact opposite. I said this on the show. I'm like, every advantage that Real Madrid had, Manchester City found a way to extinguish it. Benzema wasn't good in the link-up play. He could barely touch the ball.
Yeah. But to Real Madrid's credit, Erling Haaland could barely touch the ball as well. He got more chances in the second leg.
Yeah, he was a bit more influential in the second half. But he didn't score in the whole semifinal.
It did feel like they were both kind of using the same tactics to neutralize both of their forwards.
Right.
Benzema didn't really do that much, and outside of the, Haaland had some great chances in the game, but they were attempting to to minimize any touch for Erling Haaland.
Yeah, and Thibaut Courtois saved it from being a 6-0.
Dude, he was absolutely fantastic.
Did you hear this? Shouts to Five-A-Side who put this up, and I did more research. I looked it up. That's right, I looked something up. And when I tell you about it, you'll know why I looked it up. Okay, all right. Well, everyone is being beheaded except for me, Blangola. Apparently, this is a while back, Kevin De Bruyne had cheated on his girlfriend. Girlfriend went to Thibaut Courtois.
I've heard this. Yes.
Okay, so I've totally forgot about this. Shouts to Five-A-Side, great podcast. Put up a clip, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. Because when he first scored against him, when De Bruyne scored against him, he let out a big cheer, and I'm like, man, he really loves the semifinals.
Big fan of this particular round of the Champions League.
He loves the first leg, bro. He's just a first leg guy, But yeah, and you could tell that there was a lot of interest in him beating Courtois. Courtois looked like, I was like, bro, this guy's a stone wall. Ain't nothing happening. Somebody put up a picture of a brick wall and said Courtois today. And then almost immediately the first goal goes in. And then the second goal goes in a few minutes later. And somebody put up a hammer and said Bernard Silva today. And it was a hammer. I mean, it's the old, all right, we're going to double team Michael Jordan. We're going to let everybody else try to beat us. And then Scottie Pippen goes for 80. That's what happened.
It's tough. I mean, look, and De Bruyne and Courtois play on the same national team as well.
They hate each other.
Did
you see the clip of Kevin De Bruyne?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Telling Pep Guardiola to shut up.
I saw that. I love that.
While Pep Guardiola is speaking Flemish. Well, he was talking to my man in his own language.
He was speaking Flemish, you sure?
Yeah. He said, Tritois. It's very Frenchish.
Okay.
And he was like, he was saying like
to pass. He said him to pass the ball.
Yeah, he said pass the ball, but he said I don't know what tritois means, but apparently it means like, yo, I think it means tell me to shut up, because Kevin De Bruyne turned around and said,
that was kind of wild because
shut up.
You would think, look, Also, I was yelling at the screen, yo, pass the ball, Kevin. I mean, me and Pep, we're basically the same guy.
It's funny you say that because I was yelling, yo, Pep, shut up. Right? So me and De Bruyne, bro.
Because we must be brilliant masterminds of the game.
Yeah.
Architects.
I'm kind of wavy, but you're more of a details guy.
I was saying, yo, De Bruyne, you should be passing right now.
And I was saying, let me cook.
Because look, towards the end of the game, and that's a great point because they were already up.
Thank you.
They were already up maybe 2 or 3 goals, and Real Madrid looked like they gave up. And
I wouldn't say that because remember, this is Real Madrid's way, right? Like they sit back, you think they're out of it. Next thing you know, they score 2 in 10 minutes. But that, to me, that Alaba free kick, that when that didn't go in, I was like, this ain't that.
They didn't have any ideas.
There's no magic.
Yeah. But you know,
and yo, Luka Modric, bro.
The entire midfield. I haven't seen Real Madrid's midfield get run over
They
like
look
that
old,
in forever.
old. But see, the problem is, so you mentioned that Erling Haaland wasn't really getting much service. They kind of had Toni Kroos in front of him, so Luka Modric was like left to do a lot of the work on his own. That dude is, bro, he's 38 years old. Yo, you were gonna kill that man.
Well, they didn't start Rudiger, which seemed odd because.
But how would he have helped?
He did well in the first leg. Haaland,
yeah, but it wouldn't have changed Bernardo
I don't think
Silva's.
it would have changed anything. But Militao was getting cooked, bro.
Militao was reacting. Militao has taken a massive step back this year. Remember when people were like, "This has got to be in your top La Liga."
Yeah.
I think you can say the same for the entire Real Madrid defense. They just have not looked like nearly as good as they were.
I don't know.
last year.
Camavinga, not his position left back, but the kid looks good wherever he plays.
Yeah,
Camavinga's a star.
But when you have like Ferland Mendy, Eder Militao, who was next to him, Rudiger or Alaba, whoever that third center back is, and then Carvajal, that's like a legit unit.
Totally.
Carvajal getting old too.
I hate Carvajal, but like in general,
I love what he did I love him in the first leg. He's like, hey, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna get away with it.
Because Jack Grealish looked like prime Messi out there. Dog.
Grealish was like, leg 1 was Jack Grealish looked dusty. Leg 2, that's a whole different leg, bro.
Okay,
it's a much nicer leg. Got a tan on it.
Those thick calves were loose,
bro. He smiled the whole way through.
He was having did you see those photos of him holding one of the coaching staff, like a little man? He was carrying him on his shoulders.
No,
dude. I'm gonna pull up this photo. It's absurd. CBS had posted it,
and I should have seen it. Shouts to the home team.
You mean Fox Sports, bro? That was a great clip.
No K-shade on this show.
What was the reaction to that? That was pretty funny.
There is none. We said we got sent an urgent email saying to not react.
If anybody...
Queen Kate, no shade from me.
Kate Abdo accidentally said Fox Sports instead of CBS Sports.
It's kind of nice, though, to see her make a mistake.
Because she's a flawless human being.
Bro, when we were... I think I've told this story on the show before, but when we were waiting before I got surprised by Henri, when we were waiting in the room... She was reading. She read the intro that was pre-filmed so that we would all already be on the couches. Even though the way they cut it, it was seamless. Yeah, this guy is super tiny.
Well, let me...
Hold on. I'm sorry. This guy is just super tiny.
Jack Grealish is not a tall guy.
He's not a tall guy. I'm so sorry. But that is a child.
But yeah, look,
with an adult's head.
These are the photos. This one, it's like a small guy. It looks like cute. I have no idea.
We're not making fun of the guy, but next to Grealish.
Then when he's carrying him on his shoulder, then it's like, all right, is it disrespect? Should we be laughing or not? I don't know.
But this is Grealish seems to be having a good time. So we're sitting there and she's reading. She's like with Susana Collins and blah blah. And she goes, Guerreros is misspelled. It's she goes, you need to change that. It's Guerreros. And she's like, no, you're misspelling it. And I'm like, bro, my nephew don't know how to spell this. He's 12 years old. She knows how to spell. Like she has all the details correct at all times. But also, I think she has to babysit. Jamie and Micah. Thierry kind of is fine. But, Jamie and Micah, you kind of got to babysit. So, yeah, there's a chance that, especially live where Micah's home, Micah looked like Micah looked like a puppy where there's a TV show with a lot of dogs on it. Because he just kept looking over and everyone's his friend there.
Right.
He got hit with the water and didn't even react to the sprinkler. There's a lot going on there. But shouts to King.
It's great to see a lot of. I mean, and it's great to see that crew get it. They get a lot of love. A lot of people. I've been seeing people on Twitter say like this should be the global feed. This is what because everybody's like tired of BT Sport or Sky or whatever.
Old. It's crap now. But
old like Madrid's midfield.
Damn. Yo, well, who's the producer? Luka Modric?